Hello, hello, and welcome to the Daily Political Tarot and Astrology here on the Black and Orange channel. Thank you for being here. I'm here literally every single day of the year to take your political questions out of the chat. Just leave your questions in the chat before I come on. We have got epic troll slayers who keep us safe, and we have got a fantastic community because you have been so kind to each other and so kind to me. Thank you. And if you're watching on replay, hello. You can go down in the description box. All the questions are listed there. I timestamp them as I go, so you can pick and choose what you're interested in, or you can watch back on a higher speed, or whatever works best for you. So, hello. All right. Guess where we're starting? Oh my gosh, this is glorious. This is glorious. Rule Britannia. Hang on. All right, you ready? You ready? Watch this. Watch this. It's only 14 seconds. The merch in the Windsor Castle gift shop. Never forget. Oh. In memory of a terrific guy. Oh my gosh. And if that wasn't glorious enough, and that is very much glorious, there is also this gloriousness. Yeah. Funded by donations from the British public. Oh, thank you. Oh, it made me happy. Okay, I had to share that because chef's kiss. Whew. Chances we were just discussing that. Fair enough. All right, put this back up. Get the comments visible again. Rule Britannia. Hang on. Let me turn that off and move that down so I actually have some features and you'll be able to actually see the cards. That would be kind of cool. That'll have to do. Okay, here we go. So there are a couple of questions related to that. And I've been reading about the astrology of Trump right now going to the UK. And it's kind of much of a muchness. There's not a lot there. He's also not going to have any public stuff. There isn't a lot of space for him to completely embarrass himself as much as normal. But I'm sure he'll find a way to embarrass us. Yeah. Over the diva kitty. So yes, well done, UK. I'm a little puzzled by this, other than that Trump likes the pomp and circumstance. Why wouldn't he? Okay, I'm a little confused by you know the king in the UK doesn't have any power, right? It's lovely, it's beautiful, but unless you're just gearing to get in on that Christmas address to Parliament, why is you here? I mean, really. There's nothing. There's nothing. Yes, rule Britannia. Adding insult to injury. Absolutely quiet. fruits of labor, out in the cold, King of Pentacles, nothing. This is a whole lot of nothing. That's a snooze fest. And they're having their own problems. Why is you here? Which leads into the question at 5 minutes, 30 seconds. Hey, Charles, hey, how's it going? Okay, granted, we won't be back. We will not see. We won't remember that. We won't remember because we don't belong to thee. Seriously, you already have a problem with your brother, Andrew, Epstein, what have you. And now there are, you got all of that attention on Trump and Epstein. Why? Why did you invite him? Why? Jenny's saying, I think the Donald just wanted to get out of America. Too much attention on the files. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. M. Kelpie is saying, please, Charles, keep him. Yeah. Yeah. So, Charles, hey, hi. Yes, Lewis. Oh, Donny boy, the pipes are drowning you out. Yeah, this is kind of boneheaded. Jen says, I think King Charles wanted to take advantage of one of the last moments to humiliate him. There's a visit. Crossing water. Here we go. Emperor. Page of Cups, 10 of Swords. Yeah, that's my card for the Epstein victims. Right next to that in the middle, yeah. King of Pentacles, Nine of Wands. Yeah, you realize you're spitting in the eye of victims, right? Even if you convince yourself Trump had nothing to do with it, he was best friends with this guy. Maybe being an adjudicated R word, does that matter? No. Still invited him, huh? Really? Just spit in their eyes. Just, oh. Hello, Coral. Oh, this is infuriating. Charles. King Charles. We won't be back. You will not see. Rainy HJ says they're keeping Fatuous 45 away from any public engagements. They've just said that on the news here. Toolman says, I wonder if this is about Epstein since it appears Andrew was on the list. Oh no, I think they are running for the hills on that topic. But that's true. I think it was Amanda. No. I missed something here. Where did it go? Yeah, I missed something here. Sorry. I wouldn't serve Donald Trump dog food because I know there are hungry dogs that could really use it. And what is this going to look like when the Epstein stuff does come out and they're talking about it again? And you just invited him over there. Gave him all the nice china and all the the pomp and circumstance. Really? You got, okay. This is very dodgy, very unpopular. There's expense involved for both of them. Well, us taxpayers. There's expense for us. And I'm sure there's some expense for the UK taxpayers. Star. Hanged man. Yeah, let's talk about Andrew. Hey. I imagine that Trump doesn't have any super public stuff going on for one simple reason. The UK journalists do not pull punches. Oh, they will just rake you across the coals back and forth. So, what the heck? You immoral moron. Yes, I just called the king of the UK an immoral moron. And I'll do it again. Infuriating. Anyway, okay. Moving on. At 11:45, Cosmic Goat Lady was asking, what is the real reason why 2 U.S. military officials are in Belarus? There was a link there for NBC News. I didn't have time to go look at it. Let me see what I can pick up. For all Trump's bluster and incompetence, of which it is vast, I think there are a lot of good people in the Pentagon who are like, we don't want World War III. No. If we have to, we will win it. But we don't want to do that. And you don't want us to do that. Trust us. That's the one good thing. No, there are many good things, but I do in general find that I like about the US military, which is, we could mess you up. Oh yeah. Oh, in ways you can't even imagine. But we don't want to. In general, they don't want, no. So if they're sending people to Belarus or wherever, I could just be hey, can we talk for a minute? Just a chat. Girl says Charles is a cold, self-centered, fill in what suits you. He once called in a butler to pick up a pen because the pen had fallen on the floor next to where he was sitting by the desk. Of course. Oh, man. Yeah, it doesn't even look like Trump's paying much attention. He's just off having tea and crumpets. Which are very good, by the way. As far as I'm concerned, they are what English muffins want to be. Anyway. Jan is saying Trump would chicken out. Depends what was in it for him. I wish I was kidding. Page of Wands this is a, could we just, Knight of Cups. We want to talk. Well, maybe some information, if you can Do you have any information that you could give us about, like, what happened in Poland? Wheel of Fortune lovers. Yeah, I don't have anything serious coming from this. It's what they're trying to avoid, to be honest. That's what I'm getting. So, but like I said, I could be wrong. Always. And when I'm wrong, I'm great if you tell me, because I am not omniscient. Oh. Genesis, I mean, in a war with Russia, he would chicken out. Oh, I understood. He's just awful, period. So, yeah. All right, what is going on with my camera? Is it not? Okay. I got a little ledge for it so it wouldn't shake when the desk shakes. There we go. Okay. All right. This was a question, but I don't. The question was, will Vance start a quiet coup while Trump is out of the country? No, he doesn't have the. He doesn't have the kind of backing he would need for that. But I'll pull 3 cards on it. Joanna L. says, in spite of what you think of him, he is still your president and must be accorded some civilities. No. He is the president, and that is one of the unique things about the United States presidency, and that is he can go get stuffed, as far as I'm concerned, and I can say that. There was a day when I would have said something about, well, respecting the office of the presidency, but he doesn't. He's an adjudicated R word. I don't use the full R word just because I don't want to trigger anybody. He was best friends with Jeffrey Epstein. I have nothing good to say about that man, ever. I'm not angry at you. I'm angry at that scumbag is defiling everything good about the presidency of the United States. That is my opinion. Thank you for sharing yours, honestly. Anyway, Vance, no, there's nothing here. There's absolutely nada, nothing, zippo. Matter of fact, with Trump out of the country, we can maybe some Democratic voices can be heard a little bit over the spin Trump's always trying to put on things. Yeah. Yep. Okay. Well, yeah, Vance is ish. Hang on. There was a question here from Tammy related. So while we're here, 1850. And again, I really hope that people don't think I'm attacking somebody in the chat, because that's not my goal. I am disgusted by him. So you know. Okay. Tammy was asking, will Vance take over Kirk's base after taking over his podcast? I don't know if he's going to stay there. And okay, what I've got is he's got a really important job. He's very busy. He's waiting to take over the presidency. There's a country. He might want to keep in touch. He might want to try to pull them in, if anything else, just to keep midterms, try to get more people to vote for Republicans during the midterms. But you have to understand, there's a reason I'm not serious when I call him Mr. Charisma. There's also a really interesting argument I heard yesterday. And we should even look at it at 21. Because what this person was pointing out was, okay, we've talked about the Groypers who follow, what's his name, Fuentes, right? And how awful they are, and how they don't think they think MAGA's gone too mainstream. Okay. Idiots. Anyway. But apparently a lot of that came out of 4chan back in the day. That cesspool. And a lot of what happened, coming up to the 2016 election, if anything, it was that 4chan level who thought it would be hysterical to have Donald Trump be the president, because they were all about the memes, and wouldn't that be a hoot? I'm sure they did not use the word hoot. Anyway, so they had a lot, that whole group, that whole 4chan arena, they had a lot to do with initially pushing Trump forward. They did a lot for him early on. And Burton says 4chan's where Pepe the Frog started up to as a right-wing thing. Yeah. So the thing you have to understand now is the Groypers, the gamers on that side of things, all of those people, they now despise MAGA. They blame Trump for going mainstream. And maybe they were willing to go along with something, because heaven forbid a woman of color, become president. They're not happy. They're very angry. In fact, they don't like Trump. They certainly don't like Vance. And they're quite serious if the person who, because they didn't like Charlie Kirk either. They thought he was just a part of that whole mainstreaming, watering down. This is what happened during the French Revolution. The original people who were all revolution, all of this, the first whole wave, some of the big names you even, you might have even heard of down through time, who were championing the French Revolution. They were by 1792. A few years in, you're not radical enough. You don't believe in the revolution. You know you don't. Look at you. You're just like them. You're just like the aristocracy. You're just like those people over there. You don't want us to truly have power and be happy. Those who do not learn from history are dimwits. Lewis says, let them eat muffins. Okay. So you also have to understand, I mean, we know that there can be some extremism in that age range. It's normal. And some of these young people have never known anything but Trump. Really. You know, they're you know, what, 20? He was around since what, 20, so 10 years? So have they really known? And they don't like him. And I still say that a cornerstone of all the problems we're having right now is wealth inequality. We don't have these happy families. We don't have the prosperity because of the wealth inequality. If you go back to they love the 1950s, they love it. Women knew their place. The glass ceiling was right over the steno pool. But the people who own the companies didn't make astronomical amounts of money more than the lowest paid person at their company. They made more, but they didn't make that. And I firmly believe that is the cornerstone. It's not all of it, but that's the, actually I should say the keystone. Well, there's racism too. We'll say cornerstone. Anyway, young people, extremist young people, who don't feel like they have a future. How many people can afford to buy a house? How many people think they can ever afford a house? You know, I mean, loneliness is a real thing. I'm willing to understand that. And it's not as if, you know, finding somebody to, you know, finding somebody you like who likes you too, it's always been not easy. It's never been easy. It's never. And but feeling so hopeless isn't good for our country. I'm sorry, Jan. Yeah. Lee B says loneliness is difficult. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Tammy says even people with generational properties are losing them. Mm-hmm. Hello, Celtic Capricorn. Lucky girl. You international treasure. Hello. How you doing, beautiful? Yeah. So I can understand a certain amount of the desperation, but they're not the only people who are desperate. Hello? You know? Anyway, okay, we'll move on. Okay. Oh. I want to make sure we get to this. I'm going to jump ahead to 3025. Okay. Republicans admit it's inevitable. Congress will force the release of the Epstein files. Both House and Senate Republicans are joining Democrats. Well, I wouldn't say that. It doesn't guarantee it, but it's just surprising the number of Republicans who are still either agreeing it should be released or they're starting to say, you know what? This isn't our fight. Who cares? There are Republicans starting to say, we should be talking about a whole bunch of other stuff. This shouldn't be an issue. What is your problem? Plus, they don't like the grief they're getting and the things they're being called for not releasing this. They're being called all kinds of nasty. Amy says, if it passes as a bill, wouldn't Dumpy just veto it? Good point. Dan says, there are some rogue Republicans who are supporting it. Oh, absolutely. Let's have a look here. I don't know if there's please tell me. Bernie says many are not running for re-election. Exactly. Let me know if there's enough support, say in the House or the Senate, does that free up the committees to act on their own? I know it's not it's not like, well, we passed this, therefore the committee can just go wild. But is there there's something in there? Oh, back and forth? No. Tammy, Congress does have the power to override his veto power, but it has to be 2/3 majority in both houses. So, yes, release the Trumpstein files. Yes. Oh, it's coming. There's been a lot of things hidden. There's a lot of obfuscation, a ton of obfuscation. Gross. Jeez, these poor victims. But there comes a point where it's let the chips fall where they may. I'm not, as a Republican in my district, I'm not going to take all this abuse to protect anybody from potentially being talked about in some stupid files. And heck, there might be some Democrats in there. There's the government. Here's that 10 of Swords. Oh, there's a point at which Trump's power to stop this is he's going to lose. He's going to get strung up by his heels politically. There's the government. Boom. It's coming. It's just going to be, I just wish it would happen now. Lewis says, and they're getting an earful at the rallies. Yes. Hello, Kaludi. Denise says, has to pass out of committee, put on the docket by Johnson, and voted on. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Mary Ann. Yes, like and subscribe, please. Hello, Archdragon. Nettie has been asking about 3510. Nettie has been asking about apparently Michael Popok over on Midas Touch has been reporting that top doctors have blown the whistle from the NIH about children not making it due to Dumpy's death-causing medical policies. Will Congress do something about RFK Jr.? Will the House and Senate demand his firing? Which is a different thing from will it make Dumpy return to science funding? Separate. Thank you so much, Claude, who gifted 10 memberships to random people in the chat. And thank you, Patrick, who gifted 5 memberships to random people in the chat. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you. Makes a big difference. Thank you. Thank you. Oh. Yeah, RFK Jr. needs to. Sharon Rice said Jimmy Jim Jordan. Jimmy Jim actually had to read the full request for release into the record for the committee. Yes. 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 Mm-hmm. I would love to say that he's going to get yeeted out of there. Yeet. Yeet. However, I mean, he's burdened and he's isolated. And these are those poor kids. There's the country, but Queen of Pentacles. Comes down to what are the Republicans willing to do? He's just going to keep doing what he's been doing, knocking down decent stuff, decent vaccines. And I would love to say I'm getting cards that say he's out of here, but it's the Republicans keeping him where he is. They could remove him without Trump. In the Senate, they could go, okay, we're pulling you out. They have the power. Yes, Sean, thank you. Please like, subscribe, and share. It really helps the channel. Thank you. Yes. Yes. Whoa. Hello, Kenya. That's just sad. By the way, I am putting out a clip from last week as its own video, so you might see that, and it'll say clip on it. But it was when Sarah and I were. It's about the woman Trump pays to follow him around, giving him printouts of nice things that have been said to him on the internet. It was quite funny, so I made it its own thing. And I've uploaded it. I just need to make it public. So it'll say clip with a big little laughing emoji. So. All right. Sean says, Boo Boo and Alfie. Oh, did you see Alfie? Boo Boo is here asleep. You can see his little toes. Anyway. Okay. Where were we? Jersey Girl's asking, who is Fuentes? Nick Fuentes. He's a neo-Nazi. He's vile. He's absolutely vile. And he's turned against Trump, which is fascinating. Anyway. Yes, toe beans. All right. Heather was asking at 40 minutes in? Yeah. University of California, Berkeley has given the Trump administration the names of 160 faculty and students in an investigation into alleged anti-Semitic incidents. A targeted scholar likened it to McCarthyism. Will most universities keep cooperating with this regime, or is there a turning point where administrations say, no? Very, let's just say, disappointing. Yeah, Toolman. Yeah, he's the guy who said, "Your body, my choice." That's Nick Fuentes. There's Vile, and then there's Nick Fuentes. And then he got doxxed. Because he talks like he's just the biggest, the baddest, the and you'd think he'd be Mr. Manly Man, da-da-da-da. He's a gay man who lives with his mother. Nothing wrong with living with your mother. I live with both my parents. They need my help. But okay. Anyway. Christina's asking, is he the one who pepper sprayed a lady who knocked on his door? I want to say yes. Choice is saying, yeah, he pepper sprayed. That's what he's like. Yeah, this is not good. It's also not going to age well. You realize that it's like, hello, universities, hi. Everybody who is capitulating to this garbage regime, using every excuse in the book, pretending that they're going to help somebody, but in fact they're just gathering more information. And those people who have lost their jobs for saying bad things about Charlie Kirk. History is going to judge you, and it's not going to be pretty. Nine of Swords, Queen of Swords, Four of Wands. Do not, no. You want that list? You can send investigators, and you can get me a warrant. Ace of Pentacles, Seven of Pentacles. Give them nothing. Unless it is court ordered, give them nothing. Nothing, nada, zip. And if you have someone who is that anti-Semitic at your college, and it's really that bad, call the police. Other than that, it's a bunch of talk. First Amendment. Plus, young people do dumb stuff. They grow out of it. I don't know. I'm very much against anti-Semitism. Come on, college age kids, they do dumb stuff sometimes. I mean, they're still kids. They don't even have the front of their brain isn't even fully formed until they're 25. I mean, come on. Hello, Retelling Savoy. This says, I love the Charlie Brown teacher sounds. I don't agree with the violence at all. No. We're not talking about violence. I'm just talking about talk. That's what they turned over. It wasn't, they didn't go, this regime, this administration didn't go to the local police and say, oh, do you have file, of someone being charged for things that they did. Kay's asking, any new videos coming out? I need one. I just mentioned that funny one that I'm going to publish this afternoon. Are you talking about something else? Courses I did. Course misses. I did dumb stuff in college. Yeah. 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 All right. Marie says, Boo Boo, here, kitty. Oh, I know you guys keep asking. But he does what he wants. I mean, I could go grab him, but he'll be here for about a split second. Okay. Retelling story. I've been meaning to read on that. Let me. At 45:30. I've been meaning to read on that. The Trump's $15 billion lawfare against, was the New York Times and YT? Oh, it's about the drawing, isn't it? Is that still going on? Because do it, go forward, do it. Discovery, glorious. Come on, Trump. Oh, Amy Albert says 16 billion, New York Times and Random House. Oh, there we go. Go ahead. And that's still going on. He's dumb enough. He's that. TJ's asking, he hasn't tacoed on that? Yeah, I know what you mean. Why? Mal is saying he's hoping they'll fold like CBS did. For $16 billion, they wouldn't exist anymore. It feels like they might like give some small concession to something. I don't know what, but something small. But on the whole, no. He's really mad, but they didn't decide to bring this out without real traveling terrorist has waived his presidential immunity and filed as a citizen. Do it. The New York Times, they wouldn't have done this without knowing that they had the receipts. Hanged man, this is not going to go well for him. It's just not. Queen of Pentacles, it makes me feel like there's a little something, but ultimately, no. They're like, oh, here are the receipts. Here, by the way, we want to see your messages. And we have all this other stuff too. If anything, he's by going against. Oh, if it's the Washington Post, New York Times, whoever it is, it's just going to help their numbers. Thank you for handing us exclusives that we can publish. Whoo, boy. Amy Albert says, it has both stunned and amused legal experts. I love that. Whew. Oh, yeah. Oh. Whew. He really needs to drop it now, and he's not going to. You know it's coming. Judgment, you know it's coming. But he gets all mad. And it worked before. It's not going to work this time. But there's you, the man. And the grossness and legally biting you. Yeah. Do it. Yeah. Oh, okay. Okay, so Amanda was asking at 49:45. Yeah, I just heard a helicopter go past. Oh, the timing. At 49:50. Amanda was saying KPRC News in Houston is covering the concern citizens have over a barrage of helicopters flying back and forth day and night over a certain section of the city, rattling windows and making noise. Trump's also just said he had said that he was going into Memphis. But now he's saying he's absolutely going into Chicago against Pritzker. He says they're looking for you, Autumn. I'm right here. It's not like I'm hiding anywhere. Mal, that's true. He probably thinks Memphis is in Illinois. Yes. Yes. Okay. He's okay. Yeah, just he sees the little people as there to be scared. I mean, this is just, it isn't just in Houston. This is keeping, the whole point is to cause people fear, to attack those with limited means, maybe try to get them to go away. Freaking people out. He's doing this, it's not just there. So this is so stupid. And he's, of course, one of the reasons he's so fixated on LA and Chicago is because he is concerned about Newsom and Pritzker running for president in 2028. He thinks this will weaken them now. No. Vote blue, no matter who, and I shall. I'm hoping you will as well. Oof. Archdragon is saying my space bar is broken, or Miss is broken. Oh boy. Oh, there you go. Misusing public funds. There's the country and the rich and those sitting pretty. And who here has seen the movie Metropolis? These guys, they want to live in that before the revolution. Where the little, seriously, there are some people in power, or people who have a lot of money right now, who love the idea of the little people all having to shuffle into work like this, while they live in these gardens with scantily clad women vying for their attention. Seriously, it's the most vile, stupid stuff you could possibly imagine. So, yeah. Chen says, Metropolis are making us live in idiocracy. Well, they're trying. But, okay. That's going to do it for me. That's going to do it for me today, if you can believe it or not. All right. I know that there's some people who are really stressed by the news. But just so you know, you're not alone. I'm serious. You're not. There's a community here. And you can get information. People give, we share information. We share what we can. We speak up for what's right every day. So you're always welcome here. And I don't live in the news all day. I don't like what Aaron Parnas does, where he's broadcasting the news, multiple, like all day long. No. After I finish post-production here, I'm gone. I'm working on accounting. I'm working on an art project. I'm working on writing. I'm reading a book, and I am in deep space. So yeah, when I'm not here, I'm in deep space. I'm gathering clues to solve a murder. I'm not here. And please remember, I'll mention this at the beginning tomorrow too. I should, if I remember. Tolkien, he famously based the relationship between Frodo and Sam on the kind of relationships that happened in the war. But it was World War I. For a big chunk of World War II, he was writing The Lord of the Rings. So during times of stress, art is a really good place to be. Creating something, consuming art, or supporting art, but going elsewhere. It's good for the soul. Good for your stress levels. So, all right, hang in there. You're not alone. We're in this together. Believe it or not, there are good days ahead. And thank you, UK. Thank you, UK. All right, take care. In 2 hours, I'll be over on Creative Sprints. Come along. Links in the description. I'll see you there. Or I'll see you right back here tomorrow. Bye.